Welcome, everyone. We have got 3 breaks on tap tonight, a pair of autographed multi-sport jerseys and an autographed baseball bat, which as it stands right now, looks like we will have at least 3 teams available in that break because we've got 3 unpaid teams. So if you are so inclined, I think we'll have those to sell momentarily. And then, of course, a half case of Donruss baseball. That is what is on tap for tonight. As we normally do, I'm going to spend a little time here going over some information before we start ripping. So while everybody is getting into the room and getting settled, I'm going to go ahead and get us started with that. So my feedback is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get the same in return. So that's kind of a win-win, and you don't have to wait on me, which is the big bonus. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. Taking a look now at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night will be an off night. Monday night, we're going to break a half case of Heritage Baseball, which is the back half of a case that we started a couple of nights ago. On Tuesday night, we're going to do all memorabilia Tuesday night. It will be 3 TriStar Game Changers autographed baseballs, a Leaf autographed baseball jersey, and TriStar autographed football, an actual, like regulation kind of football, and then a pair of Leaf autographed multi-sport jerseys like we're opening tonight. We'll open another pair of those on Tuesday night. Wednesday, we have a couple of new releases. We will start a tad early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, and we will open both of our new releases by the full case. It will be Impeccable Basketball up first, and then Contenders Optic Football. For Optic Football, it is a 20-box master case quantity that is comprised of 2 10-box inner cases, but each of the inner cases came from a different distributor. They did not come from the same master case. So I made a note of that because some people get wigged out by that. Other people don't care. Some people do. Now everybody knows. It's in the description too, of course. And then on Thursday night, we're going to break another case of encased football. So that's what we look like in the days ahead. Here's what you need to know about what we are opening tonight. The multi-sport jersey break will be first, Leaf autographed baseball bat second, and then our half case of Donruss baseball. If you are in one of the free shipping breaks, which are the memorabilia breaks, the jersey and the baseball bat, and you are lucky enough to pull that item, you can expect it to ship out the door and be on the way to you no later than Saturday the 14th, a week from today. It may very well go sooner, but it should not go later than that. Now, if you're in the memorabilia break and you're not the one whose team is pulled, you are still entitled to a consolation trading card, can be from any year and any series. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. Typically, what I do is hold that consolation card and send it with your next package on a free shipping break like we have tonight with the jerseys and the bat. If you want it sent sooner, send me a message on eBay. Let me know. I will happily take care of it for you. Then our paid shipping break tonight, that is Donruss Baseball, and we're breaking a half case of that. It should ship out the door to you approximately Wednesday. Now, if I can get it done sooner than Wednesday, I will. If something happens and my week goes off the rails, it could always fall a day later to Thursday. That's why it always has that little plus or minus a day there in front of it. So first up is our multi-sport jersey break. That one is all paid up, so we can keep right on trucking to get to that one. And it is a pair of 2019 Leaf autographed multi-sport jerseys. Spots our first letter of the last name, which of course is what's on the jersey. So if we were to pull Aaron Judge, that would go to the Jays. If we pulled Tom Brady, that would go to the Bs, and so on and so forth. Everything that we are opening tonight ended tonight on eBay, Saturday night, the 7th of March. And you will see there, of course, where it says team name, but in this case it will be the letter or letters, and then the winning bidder across from each of those. So last little piece of business here, you're going to notice that your background is about to get blurry. That is intentional. I don't want you to worry about that. It's actually going to allow us to see our things up a little closer than we might otherwise be able to without all that pesky zooming in and out. And for those of you who have joined us in the interim, we probably are going to have some teams available in the autographed baseball bat break in a moment. The last I looked at it, we were sitting on 3 unpaid teams. So we'll take a look at that again after we do this. If anybody is interested in picking up any of those spots, we can work that out. Mike in Anaheim is here. Hi, Mike in Anaheim. All right, so our first jersey, that's some throwback right there. That is Elvin Hayes. Of course, going to the letter H, you've got a JSA paper authentication. There is your Elvin Hayes autograph along with the Hall of Fame inscription. And down at the bottom, the most important part, your authentication sticker that matches that lovely little card there in the back. So the H is our first letter out. Let's see what awaits us here in box number 2. Well, maybe we'll get in there. Looks like we are going to the letter G. We have a Josh Gordon jersey. Last name, of course, starting with G, goes to that spot. There is his autograph. And there is our Beckett authentication. I was beginning to think we didn't have a Beckett authentication sticker, but there it is in a really unusual place. Normally it's a little closer to the signature, but hey, it's there. That's all that matters. So Josh Gordon for the letter G and Elvin Hayes for the letter H. What are the odds that they would come out G and H? I know, right? In succession. All right, so that takes care of multi-sport jerseys. Let me take another little peek here and see where we stand in terms of payment for the autographed baseball bat break. See if anybody paid their bill in the meantime while we were doing all of that. And of course they did not. I really didn't expect that they would. So we have got Cardinals and St. Louis Cardinals, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Arizona Diamondbacks all available here in our autographed baseball bat break. I'm going to leave you sitting on this page for a moment. I need to update the spreadsheet to reflect that none of those teams were paid, and then we'll be moving forward. G-Sisk, you want the Cardinals? Alrighty, let me see. That is actually tied in with the Rays. The same bidder purchased the Cardinals and the Rays. It looks like it was $8 and some change for the Cardinals. And let me see what it was for the Rays. I have to actually click into the order details since it's a combined invoice. So give me 1 second to look at that. And looks like the Rays he bought at the buy-in price of $3.99. So, hey, G-Sisk, if I gave you both of them, the Cardinals and the Rays, for $10, would you be up for that? That's basically picking up the Rays for $2, Cardinals at $8. And then otherwise, we're still sitting on the Diamondbacks, and they were bid up to $9.95, but of course, the person didn't bid, so it really doesn't matter. And if you were interested in also picking that one up, I would give you all 3 of them for $15. So you do want the first 2? Awesome. I appreciate you. Do you want the third one, the Diamondbacks, thrown in there for a couple extra bucks? Yes, no, maybe? Either way, I've got you down for the Cardinals and the Rays. I'm going to get you updated on the spreadsheet there. Let me get it closed out in eBay here. And hang on 1 second. Hi, Ron. G-Sisk is picking up the Cardinals and the Rays as a little combo there. And I had also offered him the Diamondbacks if he wanted them at the little combo price. I don't know if he does or not. If he doesn't, the Diamondbacks sold on eBay at $10. But, you know, I'll take an offer. So you let me know on that one. Meanwhile, let me get this cleaned up on eBay here and update the spreadsheet to reflect that the Cardinals and the Rays are going to G-Sisk. And we will get this underway here in a second. All right, so got Cardinals and the Rays. All right, Cardinals and Rays, that part's updated. And so I'm taking it Ron doesn't want the Diamondbacks. So do you have any interest in them at all, G-Sisk, or are you going to pass on them? You just let me know. whatever way you want to go. If anybody's interested in the Diamondbacks, throw out an offer. You know, I don't even care at this point. I would just like to get them sold. So, Jesus, what are you at 10 right now? What if we just take you to 12 and throw the Diamondbacks in? How do you feel about that? Either way, I'm going to get quite a bit less than what they closed out for on eBay, but honestly, if the people don't pay, it doesn't do me any good anyway, so we may as well try to figure it out. So Ron, yeah, if you want the Diamondbacks, you can have them, G-Sisk says, but I don't know if you want them or not, but he says, all right, he says he'll do all 3 of them for $12. There you go. We are good to go. Diamondbacks are yours too then, sir. I'm going to plug that in there, and spreadsheet is done. Let me jump over and dump out the Diamondbacks order from eBay so that that person doesn't decide to come back and pay later if it hits, which, believe me, people would if they could. So it would be better for us if we just get it taken care of. All right, Diamondbacks. Let me get that closed out. And G-Sisk, you saw where I typed in the PayPal info for you, yes? All right, let me get one more little thing done here, and then we're going to be almost ready to go, guys. I'm sorry, it takes a couple minutes, unfortunately, to get all this stuff done when we have wonderful people who bid and don't pay. They always make our lives so nice, don't they? When they manage to do this sort of stuff. Makes everybody happy, right? Okay, so I think I finally got my stuff cleaned up. So here's what we're looking at. Of course, we talked about this a minute ago. Most of you were probably already logged in and heard me talking about it. If you didn't, please take a moment, read the information that you see there on the screen in regard to both anticipated shipping dates and consolation cards, which applies to the first 2 breaks, the memorabilia breaks, but doesn't apply to Donruss Baseball because every team will have cards in Donruss Baseball. Hit me up with any questions about that. So this is a 2020 Leaf Autograph Baseball Bat break. This is break number 3. Ends today on eBay, or tonight rather, Saturday night, the 7th of March. And it looks like we had a couple of teams in here that had no bids. That was the Rockies and the Marlins. And then, of course, we had 3 unpaid teams, which were the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, and the Tampa Bay Rays. And G-Sisk was kind enough to pick up all 3 of those for us so that we can book on down the road. So I thank you, sir, for that. I'm sure everybody else does too. It is always such a drag to have to stop and worry about that. Oh, Carlos, hey, I didn't see you in time, man. Your message came in after we had already made a deal there with G-Sisk, but I appreciate you. So this is closed up by way of, this is really long, and I'm just trying to find a way to show it to you. It's closed up by this tape there that just has Leaf written on it. So it doesn't show up super well in the camera, but that's the deal. That's how they decided to package their bats this year, which that's fine too. However they want to do it, it doesn't matter as long as they give us something good to look at, right? So who do we have here? We have Ivan Rodriguez. All right, so Pudge played for more than one team. So I'm going to go look up and tell you which one he played for the longest. I always think it's the Rangers, but it may or may not be. We're going to find that out. There's your Beckett COA, and where's our sticker? Maybe on the other end. Yeah, on the bat knob is your Beckett COA sticker. So obviously these items like this that don't have a team name written or printed on them, when they are current players, they go to active teams. When they are retired players like Pudge here, they go to the team that the player was played for the longest. And all of that, of course, you can find written about in that lovely listing description that would take us all about 20 years to read, because it took me 20 years to write it, but it is in there for anybody who wants to know. All right, Pudge, let's see here. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the Rangers, so I'm pretty sure that's going to win. There's a Marlin, there's 5 Tigers, Yankee, a Texan, an Astro, a couple for the Nationals. But yeah, it is the Rangers, so that's what I thought, but, wanted to go make sure. So Ivan Rodriguez for the Texas Rangers, our autographed bat. Give me 1 second to get our memorabilia safely tucked away, and then we're going to be rolling right into our half case of Donruss baseball. While I am tucking this safely away, I'm going to let you take a look at that again. Okay, so yeah, I don't have to read over that, right? Because you've been looking at it. Yeah, exactly. And we, of course, verbally went over it at the very start of the night. This is an 8-box half case of 2020 Donruss baseball. It's break number 2, back half of the case that we started on release night, which was Wednesday night, I guess. Team names on the left-hand side, winning bidders up in lights cross from their team on the opposite side. And for some reason, the San Francisco Giants had no love tonight. So those cards will just stay here with me because nobody loved them. Nobody gave them a forever home. So how about that? Let's get to it. Now, Donruss baseball, it is a long break. Even a half case of it is a long break. Except I just picked up Heritage. Let's try that again. I can't be opening Heritage for Donruss. Hang on 1 second. Yeah, that wouldn't work too well, would it? Well, you might like that. You'd be like, yeah, maybe I'd rather have Heritage. No. We need Donruss. I just grabbed the wrong. We opened a half case of Heritage. I had the back half of Donruss and the back half of Heritage sitting over here. And I grabbed the wrong back half, didn't I? But now we got it under control. Did any of you even were you guys noticing that? Was anybody like, hey? No? All right. We are looking for 3 autograph or memorabilia cards per box. So yes, another one of those fun either or products. And on top of that, Panini also puts on average, which means sometimes they don't give us what we're supposed to have. Every once in a while, they just leave something out altogether. Every once in a while, we get something extra that we're not expecting. And most likely, that on average would apply to something along the lines of, whoops, we gave you a points card and took away one of your hits. So if that happens tonight, what we will do is use random.org at the end of the break and give away any points cards that we pull. If we hit any redemptions, they are going to set face down until the end of the night. We'll flip them over and then learn a little bit more about them at the end of the break. Got our sleeves out. Now I got to get all these packs opened. Lots of packs opened. Yeah, Ron, nobody bid on the Giants tonight. I know, right? Weird. But they didn't. Nobody loved the Giants tonight. So, Donruss, you probably know this already, but for those of you who do not know this, there are almost as many inserts as there are base cards. This product is probably 50 to 60% inserts, maybe more than that by this point. Every year it seems there's less base and more inserts. As such, a lot of the inserts that are numbered pretty high. They go all the way up to 999. There are plenty of others that are numbered in the 300s and 500s and 600s and whatnot. Now, we will not really spend a lot of time on that high numbered stuff. So you may see some of that go by that's numbered to 999, and I'm not necessarily stopping and saying, oh, it's to 999 because it is to 999. So generally speaking, we're going to stop and take a better look at most of our lower numbered stuff, and then just some of the higher numbered stuff we may stop on too, but it won't be all the time. Ron, you want the Giants? All right, my friend, we can do that. Let me get these packs unwrapped. Ron, do you have other teams that are shipping to you already tonight out of this break? Because if you do, I won't need to worry about adding in the shipping. But because there's so many cards in this, it's not inexpensive to ship this set. I would have to add in a little bit of shipping if you don't already have stuff coming tonight. You do. All right, you got stuff coming. Awesome. Then what was our opening bid, guys? Was it $4.99? Does anybody remember? I think it was something. Whatever the opening bid was, you can just have it at basically that, and then I can include it with your other teams. What I would ask you to do, Ron, when you send that over, is just type in the notes, Giants Donruss number 2 or something like that. And let me also go, I'm not going to bring you guys, but I need to jump over here real quick. And I will update it on my own spreadsheet so that I know what's going on with it. Because otherwise, when it comes time to ship it and I've printed out all those eBay invoices, I would be going, wait, what? Yeah, so, all right, that will keep me on the straight and narrow. And Matt's here. Hi, Matt. What's happening? Brady needs the Brewers. All right, let's get some Milwaukee going. And Jay Rivers is here. Hi, Jay Rivers. Obviously, I'm having to catch up on my chat. Okay, kids. So let's plow through here and see what we can find. All right, so again, cards like this, and we're going to talk about them a little more just because this is the first box, but you can see that's high numbered to 349. So as we come across high numbered stuff, other than right now in this first box when we're looking at it, I'm just going to kind of keep on trucking. We'll set it aside in case somebody does later have a question about it, but we're not going to flip it front to back and all that after the first box for the really high numbered stuff. Like this one for Chris Bryant and the Cubs, that one's numbered to 400. You know, we're looking more to spend time on things that are a bit lower numbered. This one to 317 for the Nationals with Strasburg. So most of, I shouldn't say most of, but quite a lot of the Donruss stuff is high numbered because they produce a lot of this product, and as I mentioned before, there's a massive amount of it that is inserts, that are inserts. So you combine those two things, that's why you get high numbered stuff. All right, now we are going to find a bunch of these that say American Pride. On the front, they have prospects that will say USA Baseball. On the back, it is current players in the, I started saying the NBA, in MLB, in their former Team USA uniforms. So those are all going to set up there in our housekeeping area. At the end of the break, we will determine using random.org if it's going to go to the player on the back of the card, i.e. the current player, which means it would go to his current team, or if it's going to go to the prospect. And if it goes to the prospect side of the card, then we would use random.org a second time to award that entire stack to one team. All right, so that's kind of how things are going to roll with all of those. Trying to think what else. What else do we need to know about Donruss as we're going along tonight? So this one's a bit lower numbered to 75. You have a Gary Sanchez for the Yankees. So getting into a few lower numbered things. And they do have a lot lower. I mean, they're to 25. There's some to 5. We'll find plenty of things that are not quite so high as well. Our first hit out of this box, it heads to the Cubs, and it is Adbert Alzolay, and I always say his name wrong, and I know I say it wrong, and sorry, but that is a signature series autograph for the Cubbies, the first hit that we see going by tonight. It's a very colorful set, Donruss, especially this year, it seems like. That looks like it should be numbered, but it isn't. Which I should know, because they're numbered on the front. I should know even not, why did I even bother to flip that over? I don't know. Habit, just habit. Not everything is numbered on the front. So again, they look like they're numbered, but they're not. All the numbering is going to be on the front in Donruss. Here we come into our second hit for box number 1. Feels like it's going to be a relic. It's Cal Ripken. And of course I put him in there upside down. Wouldn't that figure? So that's the Baltimore Orioles. And I've got to switch him out because he's in there upside down. So we'll try him again. Now you can have him in there the right way. I don't suppose it totally matters, but it kind of does. It bugs me if I put them in there upside down. All right, numbered to 100. We will find quite a few that are numbered to 100. And you know what our clue is? Those little 100s all along the border. And, of course, it's numbered down the side, too. But anyway, that is the Cincinnati Reds and Trevor Bauer. And another high-numbered parallel, and Acuna is all over the place in this set. He's everywhere. That one was numbered to 999, but out of the first half of this, we pulled a ton of numbered Acuna inserts. The vast majority were relatively high, but numbering-wise, but there were a lot of them. But yeah, Donruss is a beast. I started working on the sort and didn't get it finished today. It's numbered to 500. But the first half, I mean, of this, that is numbered to 494. But it's because it comes out right on top of Heritage, which is a high number set, a high number of base cards in that set, which has come out right on top of Series 1, which is a high number of base cards in that set. And man, it's really easy to just find yourself getting behind. Forrest Whitley for the Houston Astros. That is a rated rookie, and it's numbered to 99. Have you guys, any of you, seen there's a person who makes their own cards, and they put them on eBay. And they use that rated rookie logo, or they did. And Panini sued them, of course, for it. And finally, I guess, got it settled, won in court or whatever. Michael Chavis and the Red Sox. And that is the Sky High insert set for your autograph. That's our third hit for this box. But I was amazed that the guy tried to do that to begin with, because it wasn't like a close approximation. It was the actual rated rookie logo, and he would just slap it on the cards that he was making himself and selling on eBay. It was kind of crazy. But there you go. So Panini sued him, and who knows what the terms of the deal were. But anyway, the guy has to quit doing it. I don't know if he had to pay them any damages or not, but people will try just about anything, won't they? And the bad thing is there's probably people who bought it thinking they were getting something, an actual card produced by a legit manufacturer, as opposed to some guy who's photoshopping them at his house. Because there are always parents and grandparents and things on there buying for kids that maybe they don't know the ins and outs of whatever, and they just see it and it looks good and they buy it. And then the kid gets it and is probably like, wait, what? What is this, Grandma? But you know, it's just all part of it, I guess. People try to get away with whatever they can a lot of times, amazingly enough. Tell you what, let's stop and look through what we've got here, and then we'll open the rest of those packs afterwards. I don't want to delay our gratification any further at the moment. I'm ready to start taking a look at what we've got. I get bored with opening all those packs anyway, straight in a row. I do like getting those little blank filler cards, though. Dummy cards, some people call them. Fillers, spacers. They've got lots of different names, but long and short of it is, I like it when they show up in packs. There's a Dominators insert. That's Max Scherzer. It was numbered, I think it said to 349, so another one kind of on the higher side. They used to put those spacers in a lot of stuff. Don't put it in as much stuff anymore, so I'm glad to kind of see a lot come out of here. Numbered to 100, J.D. Martinez in the Red Sox. Because they are very handy to have. I feel like something was stuck to the back of that, so I'm just checking. I guess we're all right. Just kind of felt like it was. A USA baseball, so you know the deal with that. It's going to go up there as well into housekeeping. We will be dealing with it at the very bitter end of the night. We get down to the nitty-gritty. There is a Zach Gallen. That is numbered to 100 for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So my Kentucky Wildcats, man, that was an interesting game today. Did anybody watch the game? That one is, I thought that said numbered to 100. It actually says numbered to 500, and it is for the Texas Rangers with Lance Lynn. Yeah, so somehow or another on the road down at Florida, we came from 18 down, which why were we 18 down? I don't know, to 167 Yadi Molina. Well, I kind of do, but anyway. And came back and somehow miraculously managed to win by 1 point. It was pretty crazy, but also we never should have been so far back. Set that one down, then realized right after I did that it was numbered. It is to 75, Christian Vasquez and the Red Sox. So, of course, we had the terrible game the other night at home against Tennessee. That was horrible. And we found out after the game part of what happened, why we just had that complete collapse. Abraham Toro, signature series autograph for the Astros. That's our first hit out of the second box here. So our little point guard, Ashton Hagans, he got taken out. This is against Tennessee because he had too many fouls in the first half, and that's what Cal does. He thinks you got too many fouls, he's going to set you down. He needs you to play in the second half. So Hagans, I guess, got mad about it and put his hoodie on and put his hood over his head and was pouting and had some words with Cal and whatever. So when time to go back into the game, he refuses to go. Tells Cal he's not going to go back in the game because Cal's just going to take him out anyway. So then the coach tells him, well, you're not going to sit here on the bench then. Just get up and go to the locker room. And so ultimately he decides to go back into the game, but then gets in it with some of his teammates. And it's about that point where he went back into the game where we started to absolutely implode and blew that 17, 18-point lead. Ended up losing at home to unranked Tennessee. We later found out mostly because of that little meltdown. So then Hagans doesn't even go on the trip today to Florida. Allegedly, his own idea. Supposedly it wasn't Cal telling him, that's to 245, that he couldn't go, but him saying he needed to step away for personal reasons. So I don't know what's up with that kid, but he better get it sorted out because we start SEC conference tournament on Friday. So he best be figuring out whatever's going on with him. That was crazy. I just knew we were going to lose today after we got so far down. All of our people in foul trouble. It was awful. That's to 999 Tampa Bay and Austin Meadows. But somehow they managed to claw back. So I don't know. So weird this year. My cats, they're very inconsistent. Jay Rivers, I see you typed in the email info for Ron. All right, awesome. Thank you. I just glanced over and saw that. So, Ron, you good to go there. Jay Rivers helped me out and typed that in. So, thank you, sir. To 249, that's a nice looking insert for Keston Hiura and the Brewers. I like Keston Hiura. Dylan Cease for the White Sox. Signature Series autograph. So I guess we'll find out pretty soon how sporting events impact or don't impact our lovely coronavirus. That's numbered to 150, Kyle Hendricks for the Cubbies. Because everybody's going to be at all their conference tournaments coming up in the next few days. So if like 4 or 5 days after that we have a giant leap in coronavirus cases, then we'll know, won't we? To 149, Aaron Judge and the Yankees. So I don't know. Interesting how it will all play out, I guess. You watched Utah State come back from a 16-point deficit today, Strong Crosby. I didn't see any game but the UK game, and even that, I didn't really have time to sit and watch it. I was working on sorting and shipping and everything when it was on, so I just had it on the iPad, kind of playing off to the side while I was working, so I listened more than I watched it, but except for about the last 2 or 3 minutes. Now that I did sit and watch, because it was getting pretty interesting at that point. But I didn't really have an opportunity to watch any other games today because I have really a lot still of sorting and shipping to do because we've had so much stuff this week with such high card counts. It just takes a long time. But I always look forward to March Madness, so once we can get finished with all these conference tournaments and get ready for the big dance, I like that. Wall-to-wall college basketball all day long, at least for the first couple of rounds on multiple channels. Oh, I love it. I spend my whole time just like flipping around, flipping through all the different games while I'm working. It's a good thing I work from home because otherwise I'd probably have to call in the entire month of March. I'd have to call in sick. So I can watch all my Madness games. That's numbered to 125. That was Johnny Cueto. And that was one for the Giants. A little San Fran action there. Another higher numbered insert being to 999. I don't personally get much of a thrill out of inserts that are that high numbered. I'd rather them just kind of not number them than to be to 999, but I guess, I don't know. Some people like it that way, I guess. Oh, well, thank you, Ron. I appreciate that. You were good with the bid amount, but I always appreciate you kicking in there, help a little with the shipping too. So thank you, sir, for that and for picking up the team. Ryan Helsley for the St. Louis Cardinals. So, I don't know. I hope that this stuff all gets under control pretty soon. That's to $9.99, Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers. Because it's crazy. You go into the store, you can't buy half the stuff. Like all kinds of hand sanitizers disappeared. Like the kind of antibacterial wipes that you use in the kitchen have disappeared. People are clearing out all the water, clearing out all the toilet tissue. It's numbered to 156. It's Trent Grisham Padres. You can see by the way the light hits it, there's a little imperfection of some sort down there on that lower left corner. So So everybody's kind of in hoarding mode, and that's interesting. So, of course, we've got a lot of things that are made in China entirely, or that part of them, you know, whatever the thing is, that parts for whatever it is have come from China. That was number 100. It's the Astros, and of course, the nickname version there for Jose Altuve. So at some point down the road, probably in a month or two, I suspect that's when we're going to start really having problems with things. Because whatever is stockpiled, somebody will have run through, and the new stuff won't be here yet. The Oakland A's and Jesus Luzardo. So I don't know. We'll see. Yankees cards is here. Hi, Yankees. How are you? What's going on with you today? I'm not supposed to call you Yankees cards, best I recall. That was Rizzo Cubbies to, I think, $4.99. But I'm trying to remember what you... I want to say I'm supposed to call you Charlie, but I think that's wrong. I don't know why I think I'm supposed to call you Charlie, but somehow I think I am supposed to. So I don't know. You're going to have to remind me, Yankees cards. But it seems to me that you say just call me something that isn't your username, which I obviously struggle to remember. Oh, I'm right. It is Charlie? Oh, yay. I never get that stuff right. I'm proud of myself. I know if my hands weren't tied up, I'd pat myself on the back. Because I have such a hard time because everybody's got different things, and I have to try to remember what goes with what. So your username on eBay, of course, is different than your username on YouTube most of the time for people. And then your real name often isn't tied to any of those other usernames. So sometimes I struggle to remember what goes with what. Plus, I see a lot of them every night, a lot of usernames on eBay, and a fair number generally on the break, too. And there's another Clayton Kershaw on the little As Seen on TV to $349. I like those little cards that say As Seen on TV. I think they're kind of cool looking. I don't really love the base set of Donruss this year. The base design kind of doesn't do it for me. But most of the inserts I like real well this year. So that's what matters anyway, I guess. That's to 500 Ozuna for St. Louis. Wow, another Clayton Kershaw As Seen on TV. That one's to 249. We've pulled 3 of those, I want to say all out of this same box. And you're just about going to have the rainbow of colors by the time we're done. That's to 500, another Lance Lynn for the Rangers. Next up, number 250 for the Diamondbacks, Eduardo Escobar. All right, that gets that box wrapped and locked and loaded, if you will. I got to get rid of some of these little blank cards. Hang on a second. My pile's getting too big over there, and it's going to get in the way of what else I need to have over there. All right. I have my computer setting, my laptop setting on a, what do you call them? A cooling fan type deal. It has a name, and why am I blanking on it? Cooling pad. I'm like, why can't I think of the name of that? And for some reason, that thing is every X number of seconds or so tonight, it's humming over there. It's like 30 seconds or 45 seconds, it'll go, 30 or 45 more seconds, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of bugging me. So I'm going to have to figure out what that is before we break again on Monday night. Because I definitely don't want to hear that. All right, what have we got in this box that seems like fun? That one's high numbered. Jose Canseco, 400, and I think it's at 62. 400 and something along those lines. I think 62. Aristides Aquino for my little Cincinnati Reds, numbered to 999. Reds are crowded in the outfield this year. Of course, last year we were crowded in the infield. That's numbered to 500. And pushed some guys to the outfield who, by all rights, would be infielders. And now we're crowded out there, too. It's like, hey, how about you just go get us some pitchers and quit worrying about the rest of it? I know that's not the right way to think about it. Corey Seager, Dodgers. 400 and something was the numbering. Jay Rivers says it's the fan rubbing on, but why would it just suddenly start? See, that's what I don't get. It hasn't been doing that. So is it wearing out or something? Is that the deal? I'm going to have to replace it. Jesus Luzardo, that is numbered to 25 for the Oakland A's. I think I hit the camera somewhere along the way, didn't I? Did I? I think I did. Nudged it or hit its cord, which changed it. Hey, Cubbies, Nico Hornerer, signature series autograph. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's like somehow, I don't know, I'm feeling like the camera's crooked all of a sudden. Maybe it's not. It feels like it is. It's unbalanced. Oh boy, well that doesn't sound like a good thing, does it? Well, I'll have to get in there and sort it out later, I guess. Don Mattingly, relic for the Yankees. Was that our third hit? I want to say maybe it was our third hit out of this box. Because we had, well, let me think about this a minute. We had Nico and that relic, and was Luzardo out of this box too? Well, we'll find out soon enough. We've got what's left on the table and still a few more packs yet to open as well to finish this box up. So we will definitely find out shortly. Now, won't we? Yeah, so if I can't figure out what's causing that, I'll have to buy a new one. Another Team USA one. I guess technically I could just make a Team USA bidding spot, because truthfully, even the current players are in their Team USA uniforms on the back of the card. Ricky Henderson, numbered to 99. But, I don't know, I felt like because they had active teams on the one side of it, that maybe I didn't want to list a USA baseball spot, but I don't know, might in other cases. So that one was to 999 for the Bo Bichette. All right. Off to the races, as they say. I haven't really been following horse racing this year. I don't even know who's the front runner for the Derby or anything. That is numbered to 100 for the Cubbies. It's Wilson Contreras. Aristides Aquino. Once again, that one was a little bit lower numbered, 349, I think it said. The first one, I believe, went through at maybe 999, so slightly lower, ever so slightly. We'll have to see if he can duplicate his success of last year. Of course, even last year, pitchers caught on to how to get him to swing and miss, so to 150, that's Sonny Gray for the Reds. But he's had then the off season to figure out how to adjust to the pitching changes. And there's another Aristides Aquino. That one's to 249. It's kind of like the Clayton Kershaw that we saw in the last box, where we had several of the same card, just in different numbered parallels out of the same box. We're doing that with Aquino, it seems, in this box. So what's going on with that? Guess that wasn't our last hit a while ago. We must have only hit 2 out of here. Luzardo had to have been out of a different box, because we've got one right here for the Padres with the Sky High insert autograph, Cal Quantrill. And it held out to almost the end of the box, so that's kind of cool too. Something to look forward to. We are halfway there. 4 boxes opened, 4 boxes to go. So I guess the Yankees got some bad news about Aaron Judge. He, of course, had been complaining as he was starting in spring training about some soreness and things in his shoulder, and they couldn't really figure out what was wrong with it. So they shut him down and sent him off for some testing. And turns out it's a fractured rib. They think that's been there all the way back since last year, like maybe September, October of last year, and it hasn't healed yet. So they're going to, I guess, rest him for a little bit and see if it gets better on its own. And if it doesn't, the alternative is surgery to go in and remove the entire rib. If they don't want to wait it out to heal on its own or whatever. It's like, oh, wow, well, I'm not sure I would really want to have my rib removed particularly, but I don't know. Ray, the Jesus Luzardo was an autograph, I believe, which must have been actually out of the last box. I had just questioned at the beginning of this box if it had come out of this box or not, because I was trying to remember if we had seen all 3 hits out of the box we just concluded. So I think the Luzardo had to have come out from the box before. And hi, Ray, by the way. We'll see it again in recap too. At the end, of course, I'm going to recap our autograph hits, our relic hits, and the lower numbered cards. Not all these that are super high numbered. Well, that one wasn't as bad. That was to 197, I think it said. But we'll recap the ones basically that are maybe 100 or lower, something in that general vicinity. Joe Palumbo and the Rangers. And then, of course, our relics and autographs as well. Once we finish looking through all these wonderful cards, which will still take us a little while. There's another now playing. That's Tatis. That one, though, is numbered to 99, so it's not quite as high as some of the others. But that's also our second numbered Tatis insert out of this box. So anybody else noticing a pattern? Once we're seeing a numbered insert come out for a player, then it seems he's having multiple numbered inserts for the same player come out of the same box. Right? Am I crazy? No, I think that's what we've seen in the last couple boxes. Well, I might still be crazy. Those things might not be related, but that's numbered to 400. It was Bryce Harper. But you know what I meant. All right, there's Casey Mize for the Tigers, numbered to 999. Little rated rookie action there. And numbered to 150, another numbered Clayton Kershaw. We got lots of numbered Kershaws in here. For the most part higher, but hey, it's better than not being numbered at all, am I right? Yeah, I think so. USA Baseball coming out again. That's about the third or fourth one we've seen of that same combo, I think. So if we find multiples for all of our combos, maybe we'll just send one to each side. One to random and one to the veteran player on the back. Castro Tigers Signature Series autograph. I don't know. We'll have to see how they all balance out, I guess, at the end. That might get confusing, though. We should probably just do it the same way we did it the other day. It's to 500. And that way, everybody's on a level playing field. That was to $9.99 for the polar, excuse me, for the polar bear. 400, and I think that's at 72. 400 and something. Justin Turner and the Dodgers. Unfortunately, my vision is not great at the distance where I look at the cards when I break, because I had some surgery on my eyes many years ago and they botched it. So I can't wear contacts or glasses anymore to correct it. And there's kind of a sweet spot. Like I can see up really close and then I can see pretty far, but there's an in-between area where sometimes it's difficult for me to see, especially when the number is in a pattern or such, like it is on a lot of these. So that's why some of these I'm just saying it's 900 and something, because I'm having trouble seeing some of it. So FYI, that's the deal. But you guys can probably see it better than I can, honestly. Trey Turner, there's a nice one for the Nationals on the classified card set, which that is my favorite autograph card set out of this year's Donruss. My second favorite is the Sky High, but it's nice to pull Trey Turner. You don't get him as much as a lot of the other guys, so congrats to the Nationals on the Trey Turner. It's a very nice hit to come out. Brian Anderson. This is the Marlins, and it is numbered to 100, the century mark. Scott, you've got the Dodgers. All right, well then you are, wow, look how big his face looks in that picture. Oh my gosh. I mean, I know the kid's a little heavy, but ooh, that did not do him any favors, that artwork right there. That was harsh. Yeah, so Scott, you've got lots of numbered parallels for Kershaw and your Dodgers, that's for sure. Chris Bryant and the Cubbies, our relic. Of course, with David Price and Mookie Betts out there in LA now, and as close as you've gotten to winning it all and bringing the trophy back to LA, how are you feeling about your Dodgers at the moment? I haven't really gotten a bead on how Mookie's looked. I'm assuming good, like he normally does. It's two really nice off-season pickups. Of course, it's still a pretty bitter pill to swallow if you're the Dodgers or the Yankees. knowing what happened with all the Astros sign stealing. So it probably takes more than a couple of shiny new players to get over that. But if they can get you where you need to be, the other part won't sting quite so much. You said Mookie's taken over right field. Fantastic. The only thing I had really heard so far is that he's had a very big leadership presence already in the locker room, even being the new guy, which doesn't really surprise me. I think he pretty much plays every game like it's a playoff game. He brings it all the time. He doesn't take plays off. He doesn't take games off. He doesn't phone it in, however you want to say it. I mean, Mookie's just, he's playing to win every game. So I think I'm not surprised that he's going to be a leadership voice in the locker room, even being the new guy. And I like the Dodgers. I mean, I'm a Reds fan, but I lived in Los Angeles for a while. I'm a Dodgers fan too. I like the Dodgers, so I thought it was a nice pickup. Yeah, it definitely should be a big season for them. I've thought the last couple of years, you know, they're going to get there, and then they get derailed. But those might be the missing pieces. To a certain extent, David Price, too, although your pitching was already in pretty good shape. Though clearly you've turned some of it over and lost some pieces and added some pieces. But as a whole, you were already in win now mode, and adding Mookie to it certainly isn't going to hurt anything. So maybe that will get you over the hump, bring that trophy home. Or as the commissioner likes to say, it's just a piece of metal. I'm like, what a dumb thing for that guy. I mean, come on. It's numbered to 238, Trey Mancini in the Orioles. And how can you be the commissioner of baseball and call the World Series trophy just a piece of metal? That's just messed up. Oh, Joe Adell's on the back. Nice. I'm sure he'll be up for the Angels before the year is over. I mean, permanently up, one would think. Got lots of good young players this year to 290 that should be making their way up as the year goes on. As we do every year, of course, but some years I'm more interested in the ones that are coming than other years. As are we all, I expect. Bobby Bradley, Cleveland Indians. Signature Series autograph. Pete Alonso for the Mets. Scott says, yeah, that was a silly statement. Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, there's always some years that I like who's coming up more than I do others. It's not that I don't like them. It's just that I'm more excited about who's coming up some years than I am about who's coming up in other years. And some years every year we get some surprises too. But of the ones we're pretty sure are coming. Brendan McKay to 999. There are years where I'm more interested and years where I'm less interested. Maybe that's a better way to say it. I don't know. I'm assuming Casey Mize will probably make it up too, won't he? I would think. For the Tigers. They don't hold them back as long as they used to. Well, they still do, kind of. There is definitely still some service time manipulation. More so for some teams than others. We've seen it historically. But it does seem that in the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years, in general, it seems they've brought players up a little sooner than they used to. You used to, once they would get drafted, expect them to be down in the minors for at least 4 or 5 years, and it's not really the case. To 75, Gleyber Torres, the Yankees. These days, they're churning them through a little faster. At least that's how it feels. Trevor Story and the Rockies to 349. And that's to 377. I think Luis Robert for the White Sox is another one I really want to see. Of course, all last year, I kept telling people that were in my breaks, like, save his autographs. Don't sell his autographs. His stuff was selling for a couple bucks a signature last year. Not the high-end stuff, but some of the basic stuff. Michael Chavis, I think we've seen an autograph for him already tonight, I believe. And there's one on a sky-high insert adding to the tally for the Red Sox. And I was like, you know what? Don't sell those. Do not sell those for a couple bucks. That kid is going to be really good. And I think everybody expected that he's going to be really good. But somehow nobody wanted to just wait a year or so and keep his autograph in their pocket. I don't know why. To 50, Giolito and the White Sox. You know, for me, if I think somebody's seriously undervalued, which I definitely thought his signatures were, no way am I going to sell it if he's not even been called up yet. So, who knows? Another Acuna insert, and that one was numbered to 999. I think he's going to be in, didn't Topps announce they were going to put him in Series 2? I think they did. Or maybe I just dreamed that. Maybe it's wishful thinking. I don't know. Betsy. Hey, Betsy. We were just talking about Robert. And Tatis, no. I mean, in terms of like relics or autographs, no. You've had a couple of Tatis numbered things. The lowest one I think you had one to 99, and then you had some higher number ones, but that's about it so far tonight. But we're trying, Betsy. I'm trying to work that mojo. That's right. You're here now to bring the good luck mojo. That's right. You're going to bring it right in with you, aren't you? I like the way you think. Let's make it happen. Oh, wow. This is your 5th case of Donruss baseball, the break. And you haven't gotten his autograph yet? Dang. All right, well, we need to try to conjure it up. It really should come out based on the fact that even before you popped into chat, or before I knew that you were in chat, maybe you were already in there, that's exactly the guy I was talking about. So, yeah. Let's see if we can't make it happen. Well, I think it's a smart bet. Betsy, you said you're betting hard on him. I think it's a smart play. That's what I kept saying last year when his autographs would come out of stuff and people were just like, yeah. I mean, not everybody, of course. Not everybody did that, obviously. But there were a lot of people that were pulling his stuff and just selling it out for so low. And why did I lay him up there? He's not a Team USA. Javi Baez is the Cubbies over here. I don't know, maybe there just wasn't a high belief system in him, but I don't know why. He was pretty hyped, so it struck me as odd. Kyle Lewis and the Mariners Signature Series. Sometimes it works the other way, though. I will think, oh, yeah, why is that so low? And I'll stock up on it, and then it will turn out, ooh, everybody else was right. That's to 500 Juan Soto, and I was the one that was wrong. But, of course, plenty of times it turns out the opposite way, where you stock up on someone, and it turns out you did make the right call. Number to 100, Jordan Hicks, Cardinals. But it's always a gamble with prospects, of course, but that's what makes it fun. That's why we all love Bowman right there. The Leaf bat was Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. Went to the Rangers team as the team he played for the longest. That Castillo was 489 Reds. Another Acuna insert, 999. 500. The jerseys were, I know you didn't ask, but in case somebody asked, it was Eldon Hayes, the H, and Josh Gordon, the G. So G and H on the multi-sport jerseys, just in case anybody's wondering. How you doing, Gil? No, your timing's not too bad. We'll be doing the recap before too long. We've got, of course, finish the box that we're in and then one more box, and then we'll be recapping. So your timing's pretty spot on, Gil. Numbered to 75, Freddie Freeman and the Atlanta Braves. Because these are long breaks, so it's definitely a little easier if you come in part way and then just catch the recap. I feel you on that. I mean, I'm tired myself tonight. I did not sleep well last night. I have no idea why, but I really did not. It's numbered to 200. That's another numbered Lance Lynn for the Rangers. We've seen at least 2 or 3 others for him, I think. Cody, a little belly. Elite Series for the Dodgers to 249. So, yeah, I'm a little on the downside swing myself tonight. 249, Joe Adele, Angels. And I had 2 choices. One was to have some Red Bull, but then I'd be up all night again. Or to just power through. I probably should have had the Red Bull. Let's just lay it out there. I probably should have had the Red Bull. Gil, you went to the flea market today, and you got a Giancarlo Stanton rookie card for $3 from Topps Chrome one. Nice. Very nice. To 349, Bo Bichette, Blue Jays. Yeah, sometimes you can find fun stuff at flea markets and yard sales and things like that that don't cost you a whole lot of money that you like, for sure. A Carlton Fisk relic with a little pinstripe attached to it. So, how about that? With Mr. Carlton Fisk for Chicago. Cal Ripken, numbered to 50, Baltimore Orioles. And that one is numbered to 234, Kevin Mitchell. Oh, see, that's why I always flip those over, right? There was one stuck to the back of it. They do like to stick to those little filler cards. Oh, there's a nice one. Here comes Alec for the Phillies. So Philadelphia gets a nice little hit. All right, we are rolling into some last box mojo along about now. see what fabulous treasures we can find in here. Betsy, you weren't too impressed by that Bichette? You're like, eh. Yeah, I mean, you've had some other numbered inserts for him tonight, too. But again, they're higher numbered things. We haven't seen anything super low come out for him either. You also found a Chris Sale rookie card and a Dallas Keuchel rookie card. All right, well, Gil, you had some fun today then. That's always a good day, isn't it? If you go out looking for something and you find what you're looking for, whatever it is. When you go, I start to say yard sailing, but sometimes it's not called yard sailing, I guess, if you're at a flea market. But I enjoy sometimes just taking a day and going to do something like that. And the stuff you can find, especially when I lived in California, one of my friends and I, we both loved going to the flea market in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. Those were so much fun. You could spend the whole day there and find just anything. It almost didn't matter what it was. If you could think of it, you could probably find it somewhere in that mess. And we used to love to go do that. And bring home all kinds of crazy stuff. Very rarely would we go and find nothing. We could almost always find something. Betsy's calling for some mojo here in this last box too. See if we can't pull some fire. Get some heat. Gonna do my best. Oh, Gil, you're going to go back and see the guy again next week, too? I like that plan. He probably gets new stuff most weeks, I would imagine. I mean, I guess cards are a little different than other types of inventory, but I would expect he probably refreshes his inventory fairly often. Betsy, we probably will do more Donruss. I have more Donruss here. I have a few more cases of it. And I don't really think anybody's clamoring to buy it as a sealed case at the moment. So, yeah, we probably will do some more breaks of it. It's hard to work them in on a regular basis just because it doesn't take all that long to break it. It just takes a long time to sort it. That was for the Giants. It's numbered to 434, but I need to point out, you can see there the foil, the hollow foil, is starting to separate from the card all down along that bottom edge. That's the one thing I will say about Donruss Flagship. We have had that problem in the past. And there's another one of these Clayton Kershaws to $9.99 as seen on TV. And I haven't really seen it much out of Donruss yet this year. Obviously that one. And I'm sure well, I'm not sure, but it's probable that there are a few more that maybe are more minor than that I didn't see when they went through the first time. But if I do see them, I point them out. But that is, for whatever reason, last couple of years been a little bit of an ongoing problem with some of the Donruss hollow foil stuff. I don't know if they changed their process or if they've changed printers or what their deal is, but I have noticed it a bit more. So there's a little Anthony Rendon numbered to 126 and Angels by the by. So he's already switched over in this product to his official new team. What is, oh, I'm like going, what is this? I'm thinking there's something stuck to the card. There is something stuck to the card. It's a relic for the San Diego Chicken. Yeah, so it's his fuzzy fur all like sticking out of the card. It's in a big lump of the San Diego Chicken. So there you go. That relic goes to San Diego. So the Padres get a San Diego Chicken costume relic, I guess. Was that, does it say, surely, I guess it almost has to be, yeah, I guess it is I mean, I started to say player worn. Can't be player worn. I guess it's mascot worn or something, right? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I always liked San Diego Chicken. He was crazy. That chicken was crazy. Graterol, Minnesota Twins Signature Series autograph. What are you asking me there, Gil? You said, oh, Toby is asking what bat we pulled. It was for the Rangers. And Betsy says they were feathers. I don't, doesn't really seem like feathery, but I guess maybe part of the feather, part of the costume. I don't know. It was, I don't know what part of the costume it was. The orange part for the San Diego Chicken. The way it hit in the pile, it was on the bottom, and I kept feeling that, and I'm thinking, what is stuck to the bottom of this card that feels that way? And we flip it over. Yeah, well, all right, now we know. Numbered to 25, Trey Mancini in the Baltimore Orioles. It was a chicken relic. Numbered to 320, Alex Bregman in the Astros. And Gil said, is the San Diego Chicken relic rare? I don't think it comes out super often. I will grant you that. I don't think it's one that you get on a super regular basis, but I don't know how infrequently or frequently it comes out of this particular product. I mean, over the years, they've had San Diego Chicken stuff in a variety of products, but this, I don't know the odds this particular year. So that Bichette was numbered to 149, so you're getting a little lower there, Betsy, on that last Bo Bichette that we just saw. But you know, I actually had, this has been a couple of years ago, and we pulled a San Diego Chicken relic out of, I don't remember if it was, what product it was in. That's to $9.99, Adele and the Angels. And of course, you know, to the Padres, as it would normally be. And somebody tried to argue that the San Diego Chicken shouldn't go to the San Diego Padres, that it should be, oh, I don't even remember where they said it should go now. And I was like, for real? I mean, it's called the San Diego Chicken in its name. I guess they were old enough to remember seeing it at Padres games. But I think their thing was, well, sometimes it makes appearances at other places too. Well, right, but it makes appearances at just kind of the one baseball. I mean, it's not like it's making appearances for the Cincinnati Reds and the Yankees and whatever. I don't know. It was weird. Tony can't say it. Gonsolin Signature Series autograph. And we are getting closer, inching ever closer to the edge of the pile here, numbered to 400. A little Mookie Betts, by the by. He's still Boston on this card, though, so pointing that out since we were talking about him earlier and the fact that he's in LA now. Still goes to the team on the card, which was Boston in that case. It was numbered to 500, Trey Turner for the Nationals. And number 2, 400, Jack Flaherty and the Cardinals. And there you go. Gets us wrapped up there. Betsy, you got the San Diego relic too. She wants to know if anybody wants to buy some chicken feathers. All right. So not feeling real not feeling real fond of your San Diego Chicken relic. All right, so we need to deal with these cards. So they're all Team USA, but on the front we have prospects. On the back of each card we have current players who are with current Major League Baseball teams, albeit in their USA Baseball uniforms on the back. So what we're going to do is go to random.org. I'm going to type in front of the card and back of the card. We do random the same way every time. If I have 9 or more items, we do random once, and that determines when we have 9 or when we have 10 or more. When we have 9 or fewer, we do random 3 times. Only the third random counts. Obviously, front of the card and back of the card means that, yeah, we're going to be doing random 3 different times. Now, if it lands on back of the card, it's just simply going to go to whatever the current team is. So like Strasburg Nationals. If it lands on the front of the card where they're prospects, I guess I could just type in prospect and veteran. We'll do it that way. Might be a little easier to follow along. So if it comes up on the prospect side of the card, then at that point, I will use random.org to award it to one single team, that group of cards. So maybe a 1-part random, maybe a 2-part random. We're about to find out. All right, so don't look at the first one. Ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. 3 times it comes up on the veteran side of the card. Okay, so it looks like this. Garrett Cole, Yankees. Forrest Whitley, Astros. Trout, Angels. Whitley, Astros. Whitley, Astros. Yasmani Grandal. Oh, dang it. Where'd he get traded to, guys? I forgot. Oh, I just had a brain hinder. I forgot where he traded to. Well, his current team. Joe Adell, Angels. Noah Song is Red Sox. Trout is Angels. Strasburg is Nationals. These cards are numbered to 100 or less. Now, we had lots of other numbered stuff in here, but we're not going to recap all the numbered things because most of them are higher. And, well, they're, it would take forever. So I think all of the lower numbered stuff I got stacked together, but if you saw one go through earlier and you don't see it in the recap, don't worry, you will still get it. It would just mean I stacked it in the wrong spot. To 25, Baltimore Orioles. Numbered to 50, you have another Baltimore Orioles. Freddie Freeman, numbered to 75 for the Braves. Numbered to 100, St. Louis Cardinals. Numbered to 50, the White Sox. And numbered to 75, Yankees. Numbered to 100, Miami Marlins. Here's that Tatis. It's numbered to 99 for your Padres. Numbered to 100, Palumbo for the Rangers. Contreras and the Cubbies to 100. Ricky Henderson for the A's. That one was numbered to 99. Jesus Luzardo to 25 for the A's. Escobar for the Arizona Diamondbacks, numbered to 50. I almost said Cardinals. I know, I got football on the brain. Jose Altuve and the Astros. Vasquez, numbered to 75, Red Sox. Zach Gallen to 100, Diamondbacks. J.D. Martinez, 100, Red Sox. Forrest Whitley for the Astros, numbered to 99. Trevor Bauer, Cincinnati Reds, to 100. Gary Sanchez to 75 for the New York Yankees. All right, next up, we will take a look at our relics. The infamous San Diego Chicken relic for the Padres. I kind of like that, actually. I think it's kind of funny. It's a nice little retro thing. For those of you who remember the chicken, you probably think that card is cool. For those who don't remember it, you're like, what? No, that's stupid. All right, there is a little Carlton Fisk for Chicago. New York Mets and Pete Alonso. Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. Don Mattingly, the Yankees. Cal Ripken, the Orioles. Tony, how do you say it? Gonsolin? I don't know. I'm calling it incorrectly, however I pronounce it. But anyway, there it is for the Dodgers. Graterol for the Twins. Alec came out for the Phillies. Kyle Lewis, Mariners. Chavez, Red Sox. Bobby Bradley, Indians. Aw, sweet little Trey Turner autograph. I like that one. I like that one very much for the Nationals. Castro, Tigers. Quantrill, Padres. Oh, I forgot we hit that, Betsy. I forgot you hit that autograph for San Diego. See? That's why you got to stick around for the recap, right? Nico, Cubbies. Jesus Luzardo, Oakland A's. Ryan Helsley for the St. Louis Cardinals. Oh, I forgot you hit this too. Dylan Cease for the White Sox. See? You can't rely on my memory, that's for sure. Houston Astros, Abraham Toro. There's the other Michael Chavez for the Red Sox, and Adbert Alzolay for the Cubbies is the last of our autograph hits there. A World Transformed. If have a second, can you tell me what the Noah song is numbered to? Yeah, hang on a second. There it is. So, one of the high numbered ones, but 999. A lot of those ones that are Team USA are to 999, but hey, it's still good to have, right? Yeah. Oh, well, see, Betsy, you got besides your chicken feathers and the Tatis to 99, you had the other White Sox autograph and Padre autograph that I'd forgotten about. So, see, there you go. Yeah, you did better than I remembered that you were going to do. So, not too bad. All right, guys and gals, let me put up spreadsheet information one final time. For those of you who came in after we went over this info, here comes your proposed shipping dates. So the free shipping breaks, that was the memorabilia, the jerseys, and the autograph bat. If you were lucky enough to hit something in one of those breaks, it's going to ship out the door and on the way to you no later than Saturday the 14th, which is a week from today. Might go sooner, but it won't go later than that. If you were in one of the memorabilia breaks and you were not lucky enough to hit the item, you are still entitled to a consolation card for your team. It can be from any year, any series. I keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. Typically, I would just send it with your next package since it is a free shipping break. But if you would like it sent sooner, you need only to send me a message on eBay letting me know that, and I will get it taken care of for you. Now, as far as Donruss Baseball, all the teams will have pulled cards in this break, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards. I expect it to be out the door approximately Wednesday. Now, if I can get it done sooner, of course, I will gladly do so. And if my week gets derailed or something takes a lot longer to sort than I'm anticipating, could always slide a day later and go Thursday. But as it stands right now, I believe I can get it out the door and on the way on or about Wednesday for Donruss. As far as the days ahead, tomorrow night is an off night, so no breaks tomorrow. I'll be busily sorting and shipping, but no breaking. On Monday, we're going to do Heritage Baseball. It's the back half of a case that we started a day or so ago. And on Tuesday, we're going to do all memorabilia. 3 Game Changers autographed baseballs, a Leaf autographed baseball jersey, TriStar autographed football and actual football, and Leaf autographed multi-sport jerseys. We'll do 2 more of those on Tuesday as well. Wednesday, we have 2 new releases coming Wednesday. We're going to start shade early, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We'll open a full case of Impeccable Basketball and a case of Contenders Optic Football. That is a 20-box master case. It will consist of 2 10-box inner cases, but they are not from the same master case. So one 10-box case has come from one distributor, another 10-box case has come from another distributor, putting them together to get our 20-box quantity. And then on Thursday night, we'll be opening encased football by the full case. So that is what it looks like in the days ahead. And I guess that actually has us wrapped up for tonight. Oh, hi, David. Yeah, we're done for tonight. So we don't have anything available tonight. But, of course, all that stuff you just saw there is up on eBay right now. We'll be breaking it on those corresponding days. So, hey, you'll jump in there and come back and join us on Monday and going forward. And hopefully you can pick up a team that way. And Scott and A World Transformed and Betsy and Gil, thank you guys as well. Appreciate everyone being here, of course. And Toby was here for a while. I don't know if he still is. And Scott and Jay Rivers and Ron, Strong Crosby, everybody that jumped in tonight, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And I will be back at it on Monday night. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Bye now.